Got some basic drawing exercises today, some bits and pieces, but mainly kind of what to do with doodles. A lot of people say I can't draw. Those people generally are quite good at doodling. They can make shapes, they can do fills, they have basic knowledge of colour. Most of us can draw. In fact, I would say all of us can draw. So having a look at some of the kit here, we've just got some pieces of paper, random pieces of paper, which I've ripped from a book. We've got some drawing pens here, which are sort of fine liners, which are quite cheap. We've got some pencils, a couple of Sharpies, we've got some Posca pens, a little bit more expensive these things, but they're quite straightforward. Just some basic kit. Also a fountain pen that I quite like to use. I quite like these as well. Very simple, does what it says on the tin really. With this paper, I just ripped a few pages from a book. There's a few things we've already done with these, quite straightforward. First of all, abandon any kind of planning on what we're going to draw. We're not going to draw anything figurative here. We're just going to do some shapes. So starting off with a pencil, if you want to. You can start straight off with an ink pen, but I'm just going to try to get this so that it represents exactly what I'm doing. And all I'm going to do is to just do a doodle. Just start a line off, take a line for a walk, as Paul Klee says. And these are kind of, I would say that these are like popcorn, doodle popcorn. As soon as you start to make it look like something, abandon that. Just keep the lines moving around. I'm just going to do a few of these. This is tied into something that Matt did the other week, which is based on some of our drawing exercises can be quite straightforward. So here's some of the lines. I'm just going to fill these in. Again, then this is not figurative. I'm not sticking to any kind of plan here. And all I'm going to do now is start to make shapes. And these shapes all join together with the lines. Nice way of doing this is to get a stick and some ink and then just let it move around of its own accord. Another way of doing it is to get some string, dip it into some ink, and then just drag it around the page. You can spend as much time on this as you like, or as little time. This is just the first part of the process. The first part of the process is to just get these lines down. Once the lines are down, you can then start looking at colour. And in this case, I'm going to use a Posca pen. Posca pens are very good in that they can fill acrylic straight into a shape. The only trouble is it can actually pick up ink and drag it around a little bit as well. Now the rules to this is that you use the same colour in the fill and you don't use the same colour in the block next to it. And all that we're going to do is we're just going to build up different colours. And then once they're done, we're going to fill them with patterns. Now I've got quite a lot of ink coming off this now, so it's starting to work properly like a pen. I do have some thicker pens as well, but I haven't brought them in, unfortunately. So that's going to hold me back a bit. So that's one. Another Posca pen, bright orange. Again, we don't put the colours next to each other, because if we do that, then we just end up with big blocks of the same colour. I'm going to do this really quickly, so I won't have the kind of quality at the end of it that I would like. Normally I would like a little bit more time to do these fills properly, but a thicker pen would do it much quicker. Posca pens are very good. They're a little bit expensive, but you can get some good deals online. But also support your local art shop by going down and buying them locally if possible. Get another colour. Got a green. Oh. So now you're going to see this starting off. You can see the colour start to flood. And then you know the colour's about to come through. Let's go for a metal colour. So you get the idea. I'm going to fill these as fast as possible. There, need a bright colour, so let's go for a yellow. Now these are quite abstract colours, as I say, I think of them as popcorn, little shapes, quite varied in the size. We can put, hopefully if these have dried a little bit, we can start to put pattern on it if we like. So put some lines across it. Some lines on here, and then once we've got these in some kind of order, we can do black and white as well, don't have to be brightly coloured. We can get Sharpie pens and start to add thicker line. And the thicker line around the outside makes it work better as an illustration. So you get your thick line sticking out. And you can keep going on these and add as much detail as you like, or as little detail as you like. And then in this case, I'm going to just do it as a set of weird flowers, I guess. So in terms of what we can do on these is just piece of paper, build up textures, add some shapes, do illustrative doodles. This kind of thing we're going to cover in the coming weeks. All right then, thanks very much, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.